Hello there, guys. The third and final live for today. For today only. Boy, there was so much information today. I couldn't put it all in one live because it's just too much. Too much. So anyway, so now this live is going to be fun too. This one's going to be a lot of fun. Remember, Prisoner of Fame comes out on Vimeo tomorrow. Well, yeah, tomorrow, which is like after midnight tonight. 20-minute short film. I hope you guys love it. I kept you guys in my mind, in my heart, wanting to impress you guys. The only thing that I did was, for dramatic purposes, I had to find a way to introduce the Propofol. So you'll see, okay? Because in 20 minutes you can't tell everything, right? You just got to give the boom, 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 boom stuff, right? The immaterial, but it's all based on facts, okay? That are in a live too. All right, so we're back. I'm glad you guys are back. We're going to start off with my boy, John Branca. Did you guys know that I have a picture with John Branca? Did you guys know that? Well, I got two with John Branca. I have one with him that's on my Michael Jackson Insider website. And also at the Scream event, I got video of him and I hugging and saying hi and everything. And also I got, people saying the estate, Alicia, whoever the hell she is, she's a clerk. She only talks to the haters, right? And but I have emails that I won't show from members and how people have from the estate have introduced themselves to me. I have some emails that I don't want to put out right now, only because of the haters. Okay, but like I said, when you're talking about doing violence and cyber stalking and building a gang and a conspiracy to destroy someone's life because you don't like what they say, and cyberbully is a crime. Okay, so I've already given my warnings. I am filing lawsuits. I already have a court date against one person, and if you continue, you will be next. Okay, I really don't want to go down this line, but I will, especially now that I've released a live Prisoner of Fame. Okay, I have more time. All right, so anyway, guys, let's start with my boy John Branca, who I've always liked. And these haters want to talk about who don't support Michael. These haters have boycotted Michael's albums, have boycotted Michael events, tribute events, because they didn't like it. I mean, it's just the so-called activism has become hateration, not activism. Activism is you support all Michael Jackson products because Michael's legacy is very important, and the money that generates takes care of his family. Okay, so anyway, we support Michael Jackson. I support Michael Jackson. I think one of the reasons why the haters aren't successful because they want to say Pearl's never supported Michael, and there's so much proof. It's such a ridiculous, absurd assumption, right? And something that happened in the 80s with Cecil's dad. You guys know Cecil's dad is on the Thriller album. Did you guys know that? Look in the thank yous of Thriller. Cecil's dad's in the thank yous, right? And there's a completely fabricated story that Jermaine made up in his book, We Are Not Alone, about Cecil's dad. That's not true. It never happened. It never happened. Jermaine just made that up. And then it was repeated in another book. Just never happened. Never happened. Cecil's dad loves Michael. That's why Cecil's dad talked to Darian Dash, who had a lawsuit against Michael because of a deal that he had with Randy Jackson during the 2005 trial, where Randy and Cecil's stepbrother did a deal. And the deal was to refinance all Michael's stuff, and he did his part. And then when Michael was acquitted, he decided he didn't want the money and the loan didn't go through, but does he still owe a commission? And I told Cecil's dad about it. Cecil's dad talked to Darian about it, and boom, okay, boom, it was settled for the amount that Michael wanted because of Cecil's dad and because of me talking to Cecil's dad about it. Okay, so guys, come on, just stop. I don't know. I mean, as far as spreading that Michael's innocent and not a pedophile, I don't know what documentary in the whole wide world, except for mine, that was distributed to 50 million households. Okay, right at the time that Michael's death announcement came out. It was mine. So haters, just stop. Golly. Anyway, the reason why I bring it up is because they got me so stressed out. I'm really, 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 really stressed out, and I'm really scared because they have threatened my life. Okay, and they have said, don't you even worry about your family, you know, as if they're going to do something to my family. I'm so scared and stressed out over this, and that's why I talk about it. Anyway, but I'm putting that to action, and I'm continuing on my mission. And my true self is a happy self and a peppy self. And so anyway, so we're moving on to Alive-3. So John Bronca, my boy John Bronca, I'm gonna turn my camera around. He gave us a huge clue 2 days ago. Okay, and it says I think it was an originally Associated Press writer who did it, Andrew Dalton, AP entertainment writer. It says 10 troubled, triumphant years for Michael Jackson's estate, right? And it's John Bronca, okay? And I've never been a John Bronca hater, because I always felt like if Michael faked his death, you know, he needed somebody to help him out. All right, so anyway, so you read the whole article, and then at the end, we just love this. This is a quote from John Bronca. It says, Bronca said, the effects have proved fleeting. It's like one of those tropical storms. It passed. Michael Jackson is alive and well and living everywhere in the world. Now, John Bronca knows better than to be ambiguous, okay? Unless he meant it, okay? Unless he meant it, right? I mean, alive and well and living? Come on, like Jermaine, living as king? While he's announcing his brother's dead, and then somebody said, oh, he stopped on his way to UCLA to check on his brother and got a shirt made. It's all just so absurd. It's just, I mean, the excuses to keep Michael Jackson dead are really ridiculous. And we have the other clues by the estate, which is I Live on the Lips, registering MichaelJacksonDeathHoax.com. We have the Immortal. We have Where Michael Jackson Lives On. The whole Michael album, the entire Michael album is jam-packed with all kinds of clues. So watch my live trilogy. I break it down for you. But anyway, so thank you, John. Thank you. Thank you. So did he mean it ambiguously? Of course not. It was a wink, wink, nod, nod. Michael probably told him to say that. It's a wink, wink, nod, nod. Okay? All right. So let's move on. Okay, I'll save the changes to that. Oh, man. Let me see. I didn't start my computer again. Oh, I hope it doesn't freeze up, guys. I hope it doesn't freeze up. Okay, save. Oh, man. Come on. Okay, we're going to save it and let me shut this. Okay. All right. So we're going to go for a blast from the past, okay? Because I have some good stuff to show you guys, okay? About Michael Jackson's casket. You know, it's been the casket mystery solved, okay? This is in my first Alive, because this was a TMZ and it was released April 10th, 2010, and it talks about what happened to Michael Jackson's casket, right? And it says here, it's in my first Alive, no one saw any evidence that the casket left the building. It fueled a grassy knoll type of theory that Michael Jackson's body wasn't really inside the casket and maybe he was still alive. Okay, and see that? Look at those votes. Look at that. 4.2 million votes. Michael Jackson still alive, 98%. Rest in peace, 2%. This is directly from TMZ's website. All right, let me close that. I got more. All right, my buddy, my pal, Peter Michael Bobby, a.k.a. Peter Madani. Now, how did he know this? Okay, this picture was released, at least this is when I had it saved, 2018. Okay, January 2018. Anyway, this is what he wrote. He said, Michael's casket is in storage room empty. Unreleased photo. The casket is from North Hollywood, California. It was delivered on July 2nd, 2009, and it was used for the memorial service held on 7/7/2009 with a burial at Forest Lawn. Okay, so why didn't they pick up the casket from the casket people? It was in an empty storage unit. Okay, so okay, Karen, you said that you put Michael in the casket. You and Dennis Tompkins and Michael Bush put Michael in the casket. And that was, what day was that? That was before the memorial? Or, yeah, it had to be before the memorial, 7/7. But that was supposed to be at Forest Lawn. This was here on July 2nd, 2009. So you didn't have a body in a casket for 5 days without it being frozen or something, right? Because 9 hours to do makeup on a body that died in its sleep is absolutely ludicrous, absurd, and untrue, right? Untrue. So if Karen did put it in the casket and this was here, and it was from the 2nd of July to the 7th of July, 5 days, you wouldn't just have a body sitting somewhere in a casket for 5 days. Because it says, and it was used for the memorial service. It was delivered here, and then it was used for the memorial service. So I don't know what day Karen was supposed to have done the makeup. Okay, I have no idea, but I'm sure she probably has a date. Somebody should ask her, but don't tell her about this. Don't tell her about this. Okay? But anyway, but it's an unreleased photo. How did Peter get this unreleased photo of the casket in a storage unit? Okay, usually you pick up the casket when you're ready for the casket, when you need it. You don't pick it up and put it in a storage unit. But anyway, I digress. But Karen, no matter what, 9 hours to do makeup on someone who died in their sleep that didn't get their face blown off like JFK, or their head blown off, or die in a car accident or something, is no way it takes 9 hours. Okay, so we're moving right along. Okay, I just happened to find that. Okay, Michael Jackson had enough drugs in him to drop a rhino. Okay, so I already told you guys all those drugs. It's just ridiculous. It doesn't even make any sense. When there was no Propofol drip, and we already went over, there was no hanging string, right? No hanging string, okay? But before I get to the real good stuff, I'm going to, we're going to talk about this. Conrad Murray trial. Michael Jackson ingested Propofol even after he stopped breathing, says expert. Okay, so why would Dr. Murray keep, there was no proof of a drip, and see how stupid this is? Why would Conrad Murray put a saline bag, cut it open, and put a Propofol bottle in a saline bag? It's just absolutely ridiculous, and it's stupid when it has a hanging tab. And I'm going to tell you guys why, okay? Is because they forgot. Conrad Murray should have known, but most of the time nurses put the medicines up, right? But Dr. Murray says he did it plenty of times. Why on earth would a doctor not pull the tab on the Propofol bottle and hang it up? Why would he cut a empty saline bag and then put the Propofol in there, which means that the Propofol would have to go through would have to be in the saline bag too. Okay, it would have to. I'm going to prove it to you. Okay, and in L.O.V.E 2, it was after Michael Jackson, supposedly, that dead body, the body double, they put the Propofol in during the cryonic freezing. Okay, and that's why Dr. Schaefer and everybody else had such a hard time figuring it out. Okay, and that's in L.O.V.E 2. All right, so let's keep it moving. All right, All right, now I want to show you some more pictures before. Oh my God. Oh no, here it is. I was about to say. Okay, wait, I got more stuff for you guys. Oh man, I keep messing things up. Oh, okay. All right, here's some more stuff. No name on the casket, still to this day. We have no proof that there's any name on the casket. But if you look at Michael Jackson's Halloween special, this was in the Halloween special. It comes from the Dangerous album. And guys, look at me. I got on Michael Jackson's Dangerous album shirt right here. Okay, I went out in it too. I went shopping with it on. So everybody wear your Michael Jackson t-shirts tomorrow, okay? Or hat or whatever you have that's Michael Jackson, wear it tomorrow, okay? But anyway, this was, let me turn my camera back around. This here is from the Halloween special, and it's from the Dangerous album, okay? And it kind of looks like this right here, looks like the stained glass, right? The stained glass that is here, okay? But no name on the crypt, okay? And we're going to talk about here. We're going to talk about Michael Jackson's body is missing. Okay, this is a brand new article from June, okay, this month. Michael Jackson's body is missing. Of course, because he's alive and he's in his body. Here's another one that's from 2012. Look at this, from 2012. Michael Jackson's body is missing. Of course it is. Okay, his coffin is empty. Grave robber cover-up. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Okay? Just, you know, when you tell, you know how your mother would tell you guys, you tell one lie, then you gotta lie, and you gotta lie, and you gotta lie. Keep lying. You know, this is what's going on as far as, you know, now the kids have necklaces with his ashes in it. It's just all absurd. Now, this is from one of the videos that I found. And it's from the Conrad Murray trial, and it's written by Alvarez. He's the one that called 911, and he's who we're going to discuss in a few minutes. And he was saying what he did, okay? Look at number 9. He writes the word frozen? What? He wrote frozen? You wrote the word frozen, Alberto Alvarez. I never thought Alberto Alvarez was in on the hoax, but with this word frozen and the cryonic dead body, I don't know. I just can't figure it all out. Okay, so I don't know if he was involved or not. And then here's another post that was from 2016, and it was on Channel 4 on their website. So it's true, according to the family, unless it's a diversionary tactic of some sort. Does everyone believe Jackson's body really was in that gold casket at Staples Center? No, we have no proof that it was. The casket was never opened. It's never opened. Never opened. And there was no reason to pick up a casket without taking it directly to Forest Lawn. Matter of fact, why wouldn't you have the casket delivered directly to Forest Lawn? I'm sure they paid plenty of money to have them deliver the casket to Forest Lawn. Okay? All right. So anyway, guys, when you find things out of place, you should always note it. Okay. So let's see if I went through all this stuff. Let's see what this is. Oh, this is at the end of killing Michael Jackson, right? It says Conrad Murray now provides medical consultation without a license and free of charge. So how you living, doctor? You drive, you have $1 million houses. You drive BMWs. You're a doctor. And so how you earning a living now, Dr. Murray? Because you sophisticated. You like nice suits and expensive stuff and strip bars and expensive, costly women. Okay? So you're working free of charge? Now, I tell you guys in the Prisoner of Fame what I believe Conrad Murray did. He got paid under the table. And I say that in the Alive trilogy of Michael Jackson documentaries too. All right. And remember I told you benzodiazepines effect? Okay. All right. Because they saw so many benzodiazepines. That's what I think the original cause of death was for that cryonic dead body. Okay. And then the cryonic dead body, I want to go over that. Look at it. Michael had plastic surgery, right? Michael had all kinds of stuff going on. So of course, if they did plastic surgery, which I show you in the L.O.V.E trilogy, they can do surgery on cryonic dead bodies, okay? And there's creams to heal it, okay? Especially when the skin had never died, because skin takes what, up to 36 hours to die, skin cells. So if they freeze you right away, all that stuff is still in primo, excellent condition. So the cryonic body double would have surgery and nobody would notice because Michael had surgery. Okay? I mean, it's just absolutely brilliant. Okay? And most people don't think this far in advance because you just can't put it all, if you're not studying it like I do, you just can't figure it out. Okay, look. Here's the Propofol bottles. Okay? This one's almost empty. Okay? No tabs are pulled. Why isn't that tab pulled? Where's that clear string? Where is it? Where's the clear string? Right? Here it is. Here's another one. Okay? Where this bottle is empty directly from Michael's house on Carrollwood. How come the string's not pulled? Okay? String's not pulled. Oh, because they put it in that stupid contraption. All right, am I done showing all my stuff? Let's see. I guess I am. So now we're going to get to the grand finale. Okay, we're going to get to the finale of this video. Oh, it just keeps doing that. It just won't close right now. All right. Okay. Dr. Conrad Murray. He has a YouTube channel. Did you guys know Conrad Murray had a YouTube channel? See, I did. I knew it. So in August 2014, he decides to defend himself, right? Because he obviously didn't defend himself well enough at the trial. So he's going to defend himself and explain everything in 3 videos. Let me go back. In 3 videos, let me show you his page, his channel page, his videos, no recent activity. He only has 503 subscribers. Look at this. He has part 1 for 1.5 hours, 1 hour and 35 minutes. Part 2 is which we're going to talk about, which is another hour and 34 minutes. And then we have part 3, which is only 15 minutes. Okay? He decides to defend himself. And I guess this is just for the court of public opinion. But you wonder, Dr. Murray, how come you didn't defend yourself? How come you didn't defend yourself, Dr. Murray, during the trial? Why didn't you do that? Did you make a deal with Michael that you go to jail? I mean, what's going on? You get paid? I remember you asked Michael for $5 million. Remember that? It's in the L.O.V.E trilogy, guys. Okay? And I touch upon it in Prisoner of Fame. Okay, so Dr. Murray decides that he is going to defend himself. Now, we're going to talk about the stupid hanging contraption, and I'm going to play this for a while, but I want you guys to watch all of his videos because they're really good. I like the part where he talks about the brain analysis, which I talk about in the L.O.V.E trilogy. And remember, they weren't going to bury Michael, and they didn't end up having the burial ceremony until it was the 3rd of September. The day that I'll always remember. Yes, I will. That was the day that my daddy died. It's a Motown song by the Temptations. That's why I always remember that burial date was September 3rd because of that song. Okay. And it was the reason why they kept postponing and postponing and postponing. I don't know if Michael was waiting for that day, but they said the reason for that is his brain was taken out. Some of his brain, pieces of his brain was taken out, which they take out underneath where you put a wig and cover it up. And they wanted that part of the brain to go back in. So that's why they didn't do it. But there's no results of the brain analysis ever entered into court. And Conrad Murray says that in one of these 3 videos. Okay, and Dr. Schaefer, which is in the L.O.V.E trilogy, also says that. I will be covering this in a live 4 if I ever get to do a live 4. Okay, but we're gonna watch Dr. Murray talk about defending himself. He didn't do a good enough job in the court. How come you didn't figure this out in the court, Dr. Murray? You figured it out later. You wanted to just do it for public opinion. Okay, all right. So here we go with Dr. Murray talking about the stupid hanging contraption.
Two tubings and a cut saline bag to hang a propofol infusion, that's absurd. It comes with its own hanging sleeve. All you have to do is to pull it and place it on the IV pole. There is no reason to empty a saline bag, cut a hole, place the bottle in it, and then to create that kind of hanging mechanism. That did not occur. Here you see Schaefer bottle in the bag. The arrows points to two tubings that he had set up. You saw my schematic earlier. That did not happen.
The next step in setting this infusion line would be to place the bottle of propofol. To spike the bottle of propofol, to actually take a bottle of propofol and attach it to this.
Yes, please show us how that has been done.
So, again, the part that doesn't take medical training. This is the bottle of propofol. And I've now spiked the bottle of propofol with this spike, which I can then hang.
And can you describe what you're doing right now to hang it?
There's a little label right here, a little plastic label, little plastic strip, intended to hang this from an IV pole.
You saw that little plastic hanging device. It comes on every propofol bottle. I have been using propofol for more than 20 years. I've seen it hung in all different settings.
But you forgot to pull it for the death hoax, huh? Okay, here we go.
I've hung it myself. It is a preposterous claim that I would have cut a hole in the bag and create a hanging concoction that he had never seen himself as an anesthesiologist. Here it is that you look at him with his finger going through the little hanging device just for clarity. Okay? But
Describe what you're doing right now to hang it.
There's a little label right here, a little plastic label, little plastic strip, intended to hang this from an IV pole.
And looking.
Okay, I need to stop this right now. You see this? I'm going to show you guys the reason why I figured this out. It was when my sister was in the hospital, and she's doing so much better. And thank all of you guys who have prayed for my sister and who have wished well and even asked about her. But this is how I figured it out. I knew I had seen it, but you know how your brain knows stuff and it doesn't really quite put it together. Okay, that's my sister in the hospital. They gave her propofol. See the hanging strip? That's from her hospital room. And then that's how I figured it out. Okay, that's how I figured it out. And this was just a few months ago that my sister was in the hospital. Okay, let me show you a couple of more pictures that I have. Okay, and then we're going to go back and watch a little bit more of the of this video. Okay, now propofol. Okay, propofol protects the brain. Okay, because you don't want to lose memory or anything, so propofol protects the brain. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys that. That's one of the reasons why they use propofol. And plus, they don't want you to wake up. They don't want you to, just wake up real fast if they're trying to resuscitate you. So they can control how you wake up by having the propofol. Okay, so you gotta, if you're trying to resuscitate someone, the propofol in cryonic freezing is so that you may be conscious and they may be able one day, they haven't been able to do it yet, they may be able to one day wake you up, but it keeps the brain from waking up all the way to where you will wake up slowly and they can control you waking up. Propofol is used in cryonic freezing. Okay. Let's see what other things I have. And I mentioned, I talk about things in And prisoner of prisoner of fame coming. Okay, let's see. There is the hanging tab, and that's from the Conrad Murray trial. Okay, I got more stuff for you guys saved. And Propofol, oh yeah, ingested after death, after you stop breathing. Of course, it was unconscious death. Watch L.O.V.E 2 for more testimony on that. Dr. Schaefer's testimony and the back and forth with Walgren on that. Let's see, I got more stuff. Preserve the brain. Here's just another article about preserving the brain and cryonics and brain preservation. Okay, connects with the Propofol. Okay, a hater did a video and she's just so wrong on every level. She thinks she's so smart and she's not, because she was too busy hating and not busy learning. Okay, so just wanted to show you guys that. No tab pulled. Here's another. This is another bottle taken from the Carolwood house. See, no tab pulled. All right. There's more. There's more. There's more. Okay, and then we're going to watch more Conrad Murray. Okay, here's more Propofol. This one's almost empty. No tab pulled. No tab pulled. Okay. And I think he just emptied out these other ones. And also these pills, they were prescription, and Michael didn't even take them right. And they didn't even bother to count how many there were supposed to be on there. Ephedrine is a pill to help you get skinny. Michael needed to be real skinny to match the skinniness of the cryonic dead body. Okay, and these are some of the medicines that were found at Carolwood. And the fingerprints of that dead body weren't on any medications. They weren't on any medication. They forgot to do that too. So Michael, you guys forgot to pull the tab, and you forgot to put the fingerprints on the cryonic dead body. Okay, let's keep going. I got more stuff saved for you guys. Then we're going to watch some more. Okay, showed you guys this. And this is some of the other pills. They didn't even match. Michael wasn't even taking them right. Okay, they didn't count them right. Okay, that's in the Pseudocide e-movie book. I believe I broke it down in the Pseudocide e-movie book. There's so much information that I know, you guys. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, here we go. And there's an empty bottle of Propofol, no tab pulled. If I'm repeating myself, I apologize. And here's the blue bag. There's the blue bag. Remember I told you in the video I did before this, the blue bag that Dr. Murray told everybody, here's everything you need. So you can know that it was Propofol, okay? And how it happened. And I'm going to tell you where it's at, because we don't want you to look at the body too much, because you might find out it's been dead a long time. But if we lead you to finding a quick cause of death, then you're not going to poke and you're not going to search other things. You're going to find the Propofol really, really quickly. And you're going to go, boom, I got it. And you're going to close the case and not look into that dead body anymore. Okay. There's more stuff, guys, that I have saved for you. Here is no tab pulled. Okay. And the stupid, and she never ever took a picture of the hanging contraption with the Propofol bottle in it. And David Walgren entered into evidence. He entered into evidence the slip bag right there in the courtroom. Right there in the courtroom, he entered the slip bag into evidence. Evidence number 29 or 30, and because it was 29 and evidence 30, and he entered that right into evidence. The cut bag right into evidence. At the trial, during the trial, while Alberto Alvarez was on the stand, they had to do what they call a sidebar. They had to do a sidebar, okay, and discuss it. And then why did Chernoff agree to that? Chernoff, why did you agree to let them enter in something brand new into evidence with the well, hey, he entered into evidence right there during the trial. Okay. I got more stuff. Let's go through all this stuff, and then we're going to watch some more stuff. Dr. Murray, Propofol pharmacy shut down. And then the pharmacy that sent all the Propofol to Conrad baby mama house. So no hospitals would be involved, right? To the baby mama house. I mean, come on. anyway, that pharmacy filed bankruptcy and is shut down. Okay. And this is an old article. And let's see what else I have. And here's the propofol that was on the floor that I showed you guys. Still no tab pulled. That's from Killing Michael Jackson. Okay, that's the one that was underneath the rolling nightstand. Okay. Got a few more pictures saved for you guys. Propofol protects the brain. I got that. Protects the brain. Got that. Protect the brain of propofol. Okay. And then I have this one. Propofol post-conditioning protects the brain barrier. Protects the brain from whatever. I don't know. Refusion, injury, and improves neuronal function. Okay, well, you guys can read this stuff. I gave you enough keywords that if you want to read this stuff, you just put in the keywords. Just put in the keywords. Just put in the keywords. Okay. All right, guys. So now that I went through, let's see if I went through all my pictures. We're going to continue to watch Conrad Murray. We're going to continue to watch Conrad Murray. Okay, Dr. Murray, you didn't defend yourself in the courtroom. You let yourself get convicted in the courtroom, and you didn't even say nothing about alleged victim, alleged date, did you, Conrad? No, you did not. Okay, so we're going to finish listening.
Equals 30. Does this contain the same type decal apparatus used to hang it?
Yes, this has the same decal apparatus.
Decal apparatus.
Sure.
See, he called it a decal apparatus. I called a device a propofol apparatus, and then a hater had a fit about it. Well, he called it the decal apparatus right in the courtroom. So you could use whatever adjective you want to use when you don't know the real word, the real name of the contraption with the red mark that made the red mark on the chronic dead body. Oh, you guys got to watch it. I cover that in Prisoner of Fame, by the way. Okay.
Just a moment.
Thank you.
Now, that's deception. Dr. Schaefer had his own demonstrative bottle. You saw that. He had pulled the tab. He had hanged the bottle. The DA picks up the actual evidence which was found at the scene, and he altered that evidence in the courtroom to fit their theory of hanging a drip, to try to get away from that absurd concoction of hanging it in a cut sailing bag. Now I realize that you did not see that. You just missed it again. You missed it in the trial. But that was one of my worst days.
No, I didn't miss it because you had a fit. No, I did not miss it. I remember when you got mad when he did that. I remember Conrad Murray. I didn't miss it.
I could not believe that.
But you did not tell all this stuff when you had the opportunity, Dr. Murray.
In the court that we expect to find impartial judicial behavior, that conduct could be so extreme by a court officer, an officer of the court. Look at it again. This time, I want you to listen to the sound when the DA gets up and walks to the camera with his back to the camera, and he continues to pull that tab open. Then he sticks his finger through the tab and asks Dr. Schaefer, does this have the same hanging tab as the demonstration, as the one you just used for demonstration? He's an educated man. He's been in law for the longest while. Couldn't he see it was the same thing? Why destroy the evidence? And especially in open court. What is his motive? His motive, of course, is to win. It's not about justice. This was unfair and not justified.
You had a chance to appeal this, Dr. Murray. But you let it go, and you rather tell it in a YouTube video.
Take a look at Dr. Schaefer's hand after they are called to the side bench. And you will see Dr. Schaefer is trying to replace that hanging device around the propofol bottle. I call that, probably you decide. Is that collusion?
Collusion.
Once more.
Trump. Russia.
Did you hear that sound? No, you did not. But this is what happened. He altered evidence at open court. Evidence number 30. That is the actual evidence discovered at the scene.
Describe what you're doing right now to hang it.
There's a little label right here, a little plastic label, little plastic strip, intended to hang this from an ivy pole.
Now watch the prosecutor. He's going to come, put his back to the camera, and he is going to alter the evidence. Listen to it when he pops it. Listen carefully.
Looking at people's 30.
There it
This
is.
is contained
Yeah,
the
that's right.
same
He just popped it.
decal
Stick his hand to the actual evidence item,
used to hang.
Yes,
and they're
this
called
has
to the
same
side bank.
decal apparatus.
Right there and then. Dr. Schaefer is going to help him by trying to replace that strap on the bottle. He should not have done that. He is a witness and an expert. There's no reason to replace what was just destroyed. So this is what happened after this occurred. They stopped court. They placed the jury in the jury's box. I went to a side courtroom and broke down.
Okay. We know that no tabs were pulled, right? No tabs were pulled, right? So what did you do if you needed a drip to keep Michael Jackson, just like with my sister, they had her in an induced coma, so they had to hang it or somebody would have to hold it up for hours, 24 hours a day, or however long for my sister it was. But if Michael slept 8, 10, 12 hours, then somebody would have had to hold that Propofol up, because nobody pulled any tabs on any Propofol bottles that were found at the scene, and many of them were empty. Okay? So, Conrad Murray, that is proof that you never gave Michael Jackson Propofol, because those tabs would have been pulled on the used bottles or the empty bottles of Propofol. Whoops, you forgot to do that. Conrad Murray. You forgot to do that, Conrad Murray. I mean, it's just so absurd. Okay, just the whole principle of everything is just so absurd. All right, we will continue.
I wanted to shout, jump, ball. It was horrible.
But do it on YouTube
So this
instead.
is what happened when the defense team went to the sidebar. They approached the judge and said that Mr. Walgren just altered a piece of evidence, exhibit number 30, that was extremely important to defense. And the judge, before anything else, this is his answer. This is testimony. This is the court record, and you haven't seen that. These were his words. He didn't open it. Mr. Walgren, very tremulous at this time, admitted, yes, Your Honor, I did. As a result of this, they went into a stipulation of fact to say that this occurred. But the stipulation was not agreed on by me up till today. My defense attorney accepted.
Up till today, you tell your defense attorney what to do, Conrad Murray. He works for you. The defense attorney does not, you don't work for him. He works for you. He is the one that speaks on your behalf. So you allowed this to continue, Dr. Murray. So you're going to explain and do your appeal on a YouTube video when you had an appeal? And it was just for, I would say, just like for general principle purposes to say you appealed? So you couldn't appeal anymore? But you're figuring this all out on a YouTube video that only has 10,000 views in, 5 years? August 4th will be 5 years? I'm telling you guys, something in the milk ain't clean. And I know they call Propofol milk, but we will continue.
The DA to make a statement saying that he did it for demonstrative purposes. It was not. It was ill intent and deliberate. Take a look.
Thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Walden, it's my understanding that the parties have entered into a stipulation.
Yes, may I read it?
Yes, and ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Walden is going to read the stipulation. That stipulation is also going to be provided to you in written form as People's 221. So this stipulation in writing is 221. Mr. Walden will read it a little slowly. Thank you.
Should I? For demonstrative purposes, the tap handle on People's 30 has been lifted from the bottle by the People's Attorney. However, at the time People's 30 was recovered, the tap handle was intact, unused, and attached to the bottle.
Unused, unattached.
Is that stipulated by the people, Mr. Walden?
It is, Your Honor.
Thank you. By the defense, Mr. Chernow? It is. Thank you.
Now he's going to say, it was my defense attorney. No, 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 no. Dr. Murray, you're the expert. You know more than anybody else. The defense attorney works for you. So
Never used to hang it as a part of any drip. This was wrong. It was misconduct, to say the least. It should not have happened. But they had to make their theory fit, and they needed a drip. So they were about to alter whatever was necessary to be as deceptive as possible, just to mislead. I sat there.
Okay, this was a big, big, big deal. Okay, Conrad Murray should have won this case, but he sat quiet and he didn't do anything about it because maybe there was agreement that it had to be a conviction, perhaps, you know, and he had to go to jail. So they closed the deal. And then once he appealed, the deal is closed forever and ever and ever and ever. And I believe Conrad Murray was paid for this. Okay, paid properly for this. Okay, because he's working, we just found out, free of charge. So how you driving your BMW in your $1 million house, Conrad Murray? How you paying for that?
Couldn't blink an eye. With a camera on me for 8 hours of court. It was very difficult. Painful. You can't imagine, as a human being and as a U.S. citizen, I never had any issues with the law. I could not expect this at any level. This was a monumental disaster. It was extremely harmful to me and dishonest. For demonstrative purposes, here it is again. What was there to demonstrate? Dr. Schaefer had brought his own bottle, his own tubers, which were not evidence, demonstrating to the jury, as if it was evidence. The DA was of the thought that we did not know there was a...
All right, we're gonna move ahead, okay, because there's so much, okay. So the stupid Propofol bottle in a saline bag is just ridiculous and stupid. Okay, so we're gonna move on. You guys can watch this whole thing if you want to. I need to go to 5330. 5330 is very important. Here's Alberto Alvarez. Okay, we're gonna go to 5322. Okay, now he says deception, lies, more lies, and prejudice. Okay, so if there was a bottle of Propofol that was going into the saline bag, how come the saline bag didn't have any Propofol in it? And Conrad Murray, you could have stopped them. You could have made them prove that contraption that you're figuring out, you're calling preposterous now. You had an opportunity, okay, to say, no way could this ever happen. Okay, no way could that preposterous, even though Alberto Alvarez had no other way of explaining it. And he said that he grabbed, though, because there was never a picture taking of the at Carrollwood of the saline bag with the Propofol bottle in it. Okay, Alberto Alvarez says that he grabbed it. He grabbed it, right? But there was no fingerprints found on the Propofol bag that was cut, that was entered into evidence during your testimony. Okay, so it's all BS, and you have Dr. Murray explaining it after he gets out of jail in 2013. He gets out, and a year later he's figuring this, he's doing this, but you should have known and figured this out during the trial, Conrad Murray. And you let them get away with alleged victim, alleged date? Come on now, alleged date? Which means they don't know when the body died, which means it's impossible depending on you. But you let that slide, right? Okay, we're going to watch this at 53:30.
That same bag was tested by the coroner's office. They could not find residue nor propofol in that bag. I will take you to Alberto Alvarez's statement, and I will show you some other things that he did for the DA.
All right, I need to say something, okay? When I was covering the trial, I remember the other guy, the Latino detective that we just saw. I think his name was Alvarez too. I saw him and Alberto walking from the courthouse to the police station together. I followed them. They were walking together during the trial. I saw them myself because I was walking that way to go to my car, my parked car. So I was not following where they went, but following them because I was walking in the same direction. And I always thought that was strange, and I don't think I ever brought that up before. Okay? So, we're going to keep going.
When you removed the
Alberto
saline
Alvarez.
bag from the IV stand,
I'm sorry, I talked it. When you removed the saline bag from the IV stand. Sorry, I talked.
when you removed the saline bag from the IV stand, did you notice anything unusual about that saline bag?
Yes, sir. I recall that while I was detaching it from the IV stand, the bag was at my eye level, so I was able to notice that there was a bottle out of this bag.
Oh, God, I'm nervous. Oh, Jesus whiz. Did I do that right? Oh, no.
And when you removed the saline bag from the IV stand, was this the type of, well, let me show you. Does that appear, by everything you can tell on the appearance of the bottle, does that appear to be the same bottle that you saw inside of that saline bag?
Yes, sir.
Propofol bottle now inside of the saline bag. Does this accurately represent what you saw hanging from the IV stand on June 25th, 2009?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And as it is depicted in this bag with the metal rimmed stopper toward the bottom of the bag, toward the port, was that in which the bottle was seated inside the bag?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And was it slightly sideways as well as reflected in its current state?
Yes, sir. It was a little bit more towards this area of the stopper.
More toward the side?
Yes, sir.
Okay. May I publish this to the
Well,
jury?
let's just find out, because Mr. Alvarez just manipulated a little bit. Do you?
I remember seeing it like that, sir. Something like that.
And you've indicated on kind of a diagonal within the bag. Is that accurate?
Correct. Yes,
Okay.
Okay, you've testified that this, I believe your testimony is that this is the bag that you saw.
That appears to be the bag that I saw. Yes, sir.
How do you know?
It looks like the one I took off the stand, sir.
And you notice here, this particular bag that appears to be the exact bag you saw has no milky substance in it.
Yes, sir. I see that.
Empty. No tab pull.
We also, let me go back to that. We also asked you at the preliminary hearing to describe the vials that you saw, right?
Correct.
Can't describe. You remember saying that?
I believe so. Yes.
You said that all you could tell was I asked you the color of the label.
Okay, guys. I want you guys to know that there were, if he did it every night, there should have been more Propofol, more saline bags, or at least this one, right? No, it has to drip out of the Propofol bottle into the saline bag to get through the tubing. They found it through the tubing because you can stick the Propofol, the actual Propofol bottle, stick a tubing in there, okay, and hang it, just like I showed you guys with my sisters, right, and with the other ones. You don't need to put it in a Propofol bag, but they had no way to explain how he was on a drip unless Conrad Murray stood up every day for 6 weeks and 8 to 10 hours, 12 hours a night, and just held the bottle up while Michael slept. Because that's the only way you keep somebody asleep is by a drip, a continuous drip. Michael never took that Propofol, and Conrad Murray never kept any medical records of his treatment of Michael Jackson during this time. I mean, it's absolutely absurd. And the reason why is because there was pressure on the DA's office to get this right, to have a conviction, and they were doing it by all means necessary. And Conrad Murray, you should have protected yourself better unless you wanted a conviction. Okay, so I got something else to show you guys. Okay, I do have more to show you guys. One more thing, because I want to make sure that you guys understand that that was entered into evidence, because I think I know where that video is. I think I know where that video is. I think I know. Okay, where that video is, where they introduced the cut bag into evidence, which I'm kind of confused of why it wasn't in evidence before that. I'm just a bit like baffled, like why wasn't it in evidence before that? Okay. I'm looking for my history, because I know I looked for all this stuff, and I know that I finally had found it, and I was so happy that I found it. Oh, there we go. I think it's the end of this one. So you guys bear with me. Okay, I'm going to turn my camera around. Bear with me. I think I found
I have a photograph taken at a subsequent time, Your Honor,
okay, it's at the
depicting...
end. Okay. Let's see. They have a sidebar. They're having a sidebar right here. Let me see. Okay, here's the sidebar.
Sure.
Let's go back.
Want to address something at sidebar? Sure.
Okay, address something at sidebar. Okay.
Is it in evidence, then?
Is it in evidence? Wait, let's go back a little bit.
It's not evidence. Well,
Go back a
it
little bit.
offers into evidence.
640.
I can't show the jury.
There it is, 640.
It's not evidence.
Well, I thought...
I can't show the jury that. It's
Okay,
not
wait,
evidence.
let me go. 640.
It offers
Okay.
into evidence.
Wait, I want to go to 640.
It not... Mr. Chernoff?
Actions. We have
Mr. Chernoff?
actions.
That's Mr.
We
Chernoff.
have evidence.
It not yet.
No, no, Judge. I object until he offers into evidence. I will not go. I can't show the jury that. It's not evidence.
Well, I thought counsel said there's no objection.
Well, there isn't, but he hasn't. You know, is it in evidence, then?
It won't be good in evidence till determination.
Do you want to address something at sidebar?
Sure.
May-
Okay, so they're going to sidebar because the cut bag isn't in evidence. Let me go back a little further.
Does it appear to be the same bag, at least in general appearance?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But for the apparatus that you previously described as being attached to it?
Correct.
Okay. Then showing you people's... may I present this to the jury for a moment, Your Honor? To show the slit.
Mr. Chernoff?
Actions. We have evidence.
It not yet.
No, Judge. I object until he offers into evidence.
I will not go. I can't show the jury that.
It's not evidence.
Well, I thought counsel said there's no objection.
Well, there isn't, but he hasn't. You know, is it in evidence, then?
It won't be good in evidence till determination.
Do you want to address something at sidebar?
Sure.
May-
Okay, guys. It wasn't... This is 2 years afterwards. Okay? This was a couple of years afterwards. Why was this not in evidence? Why was this not in evidence? The cut saline bag, which helps support that it was a drip, which proves that Dr. Murray was giving Michael Jackson Propofol the whole time, right? Wasn't into evidence at the trial?
And alternates.
And they allowed that to be added into evidence? What? I mean, it's just so much ridiculousness that happened with this. Okay, that it's really outstanding. Okay, so that should prove to you guys that Michael Jackson was never on a Propofol drip. And that was the only way that you can put somebody to sleep, is on a Propofol drip. No tabs were pulled, so it wasn't hanging by itself. The stupid contraption that Alvarez said that he saw, that he picked up with his hands. You can listen to Conrad Murray. There were no fingerprints. I just didn't want to listen to it the whole way. But there were no fingerprints on that bottle, on that saline bag. No fingerprints at all. Okay? So that is completely made up. It's absurd. And the reason why they thought of it is because that is the only way that they could explain how that dead body was, or Michael Jackson, was on a Propofol drip. But the contraption doesn't exist. It's stupid. There was no saline. There was no Propofol in the bottom of that saline bag. And you just saw Alberto Alvarez said it was tilted. So it would have dripped into the saline bag, right? The Propofol, but there was none. They tested it. And this bag doesn't get entered into evidence until the trial? I'm just telling you guys. I'm just telling you guys. Michael Jackson faked his death. And there were mistakes made. Okay? And the mistakes is Conrad Murray forgot to pull the tab. That's a huge one. And forgot to put fingerprints of the medicine, the cream, all the medicines. Michael was supposed to take oral medicines. No fingerprints of that dead body was on there. Watch Alive 2. And Conrad Murray didn't come to Michael's house every day. It was 5 days a week. So on the days off, I guess Michael just had to stay up all night. You know, they needed the Propofol because the Propofol was in the dead body for the cryonic freezing dead body. The double, the cryonic body double. Ba-boom, bam. All right, guys. Be sure to watch the Alive trilogy of Michael Jackson documentaries. Please watch it to catch up, especially newbies. And also, Prisoner of Fame is coming tonight. Prisoner of Fame is coming tonight. Okay, so I have it all prepared. I hope to God I don't have any problems uploading it. Cecil gave it to me. It's all prepared. It has an intro by moi. I did an intro for it. And I hope you guys like it. And please help me. Please help me by spreading the word about A Prisoner of Fame. And I showed you guys the poster, right? So let's take one last look at the Prisoner of Fame poster. The poster. Let's take one last look at the Prisoner of Fame poster. And this will be up in probably 5 to 6 hours. I hope. Okay, but it'll be up tomorrow no matter what I got to do. No matter if Cecil comes home in the middle of the night, I'm going to say, baby, you got to help me. You got to help me. You got to help me. Because Cecil's the one that usually does all the technical stuff. But since he's been working, we haven't been able to we used to make fancy videos where they were cut and pre-made. Somebody just asked me, how come you don't make videos like this anymore? Well, because Cecil has to work. So I do the best I can to give you the information, and the best that I can to give you the information is by doing it the way that I do it. And it's, you know, but I'm giving it to you, right? I'm showing you the proof. I'm doing it, except for I'm editing on the fly. So anyway, this is Elbow Grease Productions presents A Prisoner of Fame. And I'm so happy. And it's Elbow Grease Productions, a dramatic film about pop superstar Jack London implementing a plan. You like my escape? His troubled life. All right, guys. Until next time, I love you, and I will see you next time. I don't think I forgot anything. At least I hope I didn't forget anything important. All right, guys. Bye-bye.